Do you believe in yourself? Welcome or welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, Ty Guidance. And yes, that is what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Now, with that being said, because there's no right or wrong way to heal yourself, always and only take what resonates as well as leave the rest. So if it doesn't apply, it's not for you. Don't force it. Let it fly. But most importantly, grab your pens, grab your paper, and be prepared to take notes. In this video, we're going to go over and discuss if you believe in yourself, why you don't believe in yourself, and how you should start believing yourself, as well as some recommendations, some reminders, some disclaimers, and what to be aware of. That was a mouthful, but let's just get straight into the video. The first thing you need to be aware of is why you don't believe in yourself. So in the comment section, on your notes, I want you to ask yourself why you don't believe in yourself. And if you need time or you're unsure of your why, I want you to figure out what it is that you lack. So in order for you to answer the question, why you don't believe in yourself, you need to know what your insecurities are. You need to know what it is that you lack. You need to know where your fear is creeping in. You need to know what it is that you're struggling with. And you have to be vulnerable. You have to be honest. Why? Because until you can be honest, until you can be accountable, you're going to play the victim. And this doesn't mean that your lack and your fear at one point in your life was not valid because maybe you were not taught and shown, but it's like once we decide to be confident, once we decide to watch these videos, once you go to your God, ancestors, and universe, once you decide to become the best version of yourself and embrace the unknown, we can no longer make excuses or do what we used to do or be who we used to be. So it's like, why don't you believe in yourself? What is it that you're afraid of? As you're figuring that out, let's get into the second disclaimer and what you should be aware of. When you understand where these fears and these doubts are coming from, you then get to take the time to process your emotions. Now, of course, because I'm speaking from experience, this may take time. You don't have to compare yourself to other people, places, and things. There's no reason to be envious or to bring other people down or try to belittle people. It's demeaning, it's degrading, and we don't do that. This is for the mature audience. And yes, you're mature. It doesn't matter if you're Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, hey, gay, them, LGP, LGQ, 1, 2, 3, EFG, elemental P, QRS, TUZ, okay? You have to realize that what's for you is for you. What you're meant to do, you're allowed to do. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. If other people and places and things are not helping you, financing you, educating you, or in alignment with you, accept you, hear you, or make you feel safe, it's not for you. When you know what it is that you want to experience, you will surround yourself with those things. The information will come. You don't have to have everything figured out if you struggle with belief, especially if you grew up in a household that was dysfunctional, low vibrational. Maybe you didn't have certain resources like education, your environment played a part. Maybe you didn't have finances. Maybe you weren't exposed to certain things. You had to figure it out yourself. Like, you don't have to be so hard on yourself, but you do have to be honest. So the third thing you need to be aware of is that when you're learning to believe in yourself, you have to sit with yourself. You have to self-reflect. So if you were bullied, people made fun of you, whether it was for your looks, how you talk, your language, your beliefs, you have to disassociate with these behaviors and these mindsets and these behaviors. I think I already said that you picked up on. And the best way for you to do that is to confront what these people said to you and acknowledge if you think it's true or not. So that's the second part of your notes and the second thing I have for you in the comment section, which is a question. Do you believe what people say about you? And if so, why do you believe what people say about you? So if someone called you ugly in elementary school, do you believe it? And why do you believe them? What is it about these people and these places and things that causes you to shrink, or for you to not feel confident, or for you to not think highly of yourself? And I'm going to give you guys an example. I've encountered a lot of insecure, envious people. And I'm not talking about people who are insecure and envious and who wanted to do better, who wanted to be positive, and maybe, like I said, didn't grow up in environments where they were safe, they were able to be safe, to be filled, or to be loved, or to be heard. I'm talking about people who went out their way that were just so dysfunctional, that they didn't care about other people. And I've had these people try to project and deflect. They thought talking about me and making rumors and gossiping, trying to get me fired. I've had people that I don't claim them as like partners, but I've had men or little boys, because they weren't men, immature boys try to sabotage. I've had female friends and just females just be weird. And I had to sit with myself and ask myself, Ty, I obviously didn't believe it, and this is why I make these videos, and this is why my confidence is the way it is. But I just had to ask myself, why would these people do this? And then I had to realize they don't believe in themselves. So because I knew these people didn't think highly of themselves and I didn't think highly of them, I didn't have to come to an agreement with it. You see, when you believe in yourself, what anybody says about you, whether it's a rumor, people trying to get you fired, people trying to sabotage your relationship, people are miserable, bitter, family members, people you go to school with, and I'm not digging in my nose, I was fixing my nose rings. What they say and do is not going to affect you. You can't allow people who hate themselves and who are not you make you feel bad about you or what it is that you want or what it is that you want to do. Same thing with this content. If you're a social media influencer, you're in the public eye, you're starting a business, you want to go to school, and let's just say everyone else around you doesn't have their degrees and certificates, you can't listen to people who are not even willing to put themselves in your situations, make you doubt yourself. And that's why I continue to make these videos and I say what I say in the tone that I say it in. People be like, oh, it's not what you say, it's how you said it. It doesn't matter. When you're speaking your truth, it's your truth. And if people are offended, they need to watch what they do. You need to watch what you say to people because it affects them. Just because you're having a bad day, just because you're a bad person, you don't need to continue to deflect and project onto people. You need to know, why would somebody make rumors about you? Why are these people trying to get you fired? They don't believe in themselves. It's no way you're confident. It's no way you think you're beautiful inside and out for you to go out your way to do things to people who've done nothing to you. And you have to realize that a lot of people, especially when they're young, try to crush your dreams. A lot of people are so greedy and egotistical and evil, and they want to have control. And that's what losers do. That's the only time we call people losers. You're a loser when you go out your way to provoke people when they've done nothing to you because you don't believe in yourself. And we don't enable it, and I don't have sympathy and I don't condone, because it's like, you could get help. You have to realize that you're watching this video because you want to get help. You're open to information. You're seeing a psychiatrist. You're going to your God. You're going to the ancestors. You're going to the universe. You're seeking therapy. You're finding people. You don't want to continue the ways that you've been taught and shown from your household and traditions and beliefs. You want to become better. These people that don't want to be better choose not to be better. And for that reason, especially as a grown adult, we're not here to tolerate it. Like I said, if you're young adult, 25 and younger, okay, cool. Like 24 and younger, your frontal lobe hasn't developed. You still have to like go through certain things. You're going to go through changes and stuff. But it's like, it gets to a point where it's just like, if people don't want to believe in themselves and they don't want to be confident, they don't have to be, but we're not allowing that to disturb our peace. You need to know that believing yourself is a choice and that you do need to take the work, because taking it out onto people who have done nothing to you, I'm gonna let you know right now, they don't care. When people go out their way to leave negative comments and hateful stuff and say hateful things about you, the people that y'all are talking about, they don't care because y'all are talking about them. I want y'all to know that. When you go out your way to be rude and nasty to somebody who did nothing to you, they're going to look at you and be like, this person is so degrading. It's so demeaning. They have no respect for themselves. And you think I want to be your friend? You think I want to be your friend? You spread rumors and you gossip about me? You're weird. And we're here to call it like it is and call it out. Believe in yourself. There is nothing wrong with you believing in yourself. Once again, if you want to be the first person to get yourself out of poverty, you can't continue to surround yourself with people who are small-minded and think, oh, well, that's never going to happen. No, it may not ever happen for you because you decided that's how you want it to feel. You have to know, and that's going to be the first recommendation, you have to be mindful of who you're surrounding yourself with. You have to be mindful of the company that you keep. You cannot continue to surround yourself with non-believers. And that goes with anything that what it is that you believe in. You're allowed to think whatever you want to think. You're allowed to believe in what you want to believe. If people minded their business, it wouldn't be an issue. Go where you're welcomed. If something's not for you, it's not for you. But it's like people who just, don't know how to believe in themselves are always going to worry about what everybody else is doing. And we're not here to do that. So the second recommendation is allowing yourself to sit with yourself. So on the same piece of paper that you're taking your notes and you're answering these questions and you're liking this video and turning on your post notification, you're subscribed, I need you to figure out, okay, what can you do to start believing in yourself or your goals? So it's like, if you want something, whether it's a goal, a lifestyle, an experience, what can you do today when you're watching this video to work towards it? So if you want to believe, let's just say, in healthy relationships, like intimately, like with significant others and partners and husband and wives, what can you start doing today to build that connection with you and your spouse? Let's just say you grew up thinking everyone cheats and you no longer want to think like that, because I don't agree with that. There are people in this world who cheat, and there are people in this world who know how to be faithful and disciplined, because once again, they're not just giving themselves to any and everybody because they know their worth. But if you struggle with that belief, what can you do to start implementing that? What can you do for yourself, and what can you recommend to your partner? Let's just say you want to believe in, like I said, being the first person to become educated and furthering your education. What can you do to start experiencing that lifestyle or that reality versus the things you need to start avoiding? So if you believe in healthy relationships, you need to make sure that anything that's not in alignment of what you define as a healthy relationship, you don't focus on. You stop watching, you stop engaging, you stop supporting. Like, it is so serious. Like, what you listen to, who you listen to. Like I said, if you're not strong-minded, if you don't know how to think for yourself, you're going to be influenced. And it's nothing wrong with being influenced. It's nothing wrong with being inspired. But if it's not positive, it's not productive, why are you believing in that? And this goes back to the first questions that I asked you. Why do you believe that you can't be in a healthy relationship just because certain people around you haven't experienced it? Now, when you're learning to believe in yourself, this requires a lot of time, a lot of energy and effort. And that's the third recommendation, or the fourth. Let me know what number I'm on, because I lost count. If you're used to growing up in dysfunction and you no longer want to be in dysfunction, this is not to invalidate your trauma or your experience, but you have to realize you're one person out of 8 billion people. I'm one person out of 8 billion people. There's so many environments, so many cultures, so many backgrounds, so many beliefs. If you're used to one community and one environment and you don't travel or you don't separate yourself, you're not going to think to further your mindset or further your experience or further your, community, like your expansion. So it's like, if you want to believe in certain things, you have to sometimes physically separate yourself. You physically have to travel. You physically have to become educated. You just have to be willing to believe in yourself, because it's a choice. Like, you do have to put in the work. You do have to put in the energy. You do have to put in the effort. So it's like, if you want to believe in something, believe in it. But it's like, you have to learn how to become confident in order for you to stand on your beliefs. Everyone doesn't have to believe in what you believe in. I don't believe in what everybody says and does, but we're respectful. When you don't believe in something that somebody believes in, you don't have to make them feel bad. Respect people's differences, which takes time and emotional intelligence and practice, and either agree to disagree or don't. But it's like, just because you want to believe in certain things, or because I want to believe in certain things, that doesn't make us bad people. And like I said, all the naysayers and people who are just not needing to be here, it's not for you. Like I said in this video, if what I'm saying doesn't resonate with you, nobody's telling you to be here. You chose to watch this video. Keep that in mind. Like, you make the choices in your life. You're responsible for yourself. If you're choosing to do something, you are responsible at the end of the day. And as your favorite mental health specialist, who's really your favorite rich auntie, I hold myself accountable. So the same thing with my community, because you guys are not just subscribers. I don't look at you guys like that. Like, this is serious. And you do have a lot of people, like I said, who try to manipulate and do all that funky, junky, monkey stuff. I don't have time for that, because at the end of the day, that comes back on me. That comes back on you. And that's another thing. When you say you believe in certain things and people don't, they will be exposed. And what I mean by being exposed is that when you believe in certain things, you carry yourself a certain type of way. You can't deny energy. You can't manipulate it, and you can't force it. So whatever you want to believe in, you're allowed to believe in it. It's okay if people don't believe in the things that you want to believe in, but continue to surround yourself with people who have similar beliefs. If they don't believe in the things that you do, who are willing to accept you, who are willing to be there for you, who are willing to be patient. Like, why do you want to be around people who judge you for your beliefs? Does that make sense? We don't have time for that. We have time to be believing in what we're believing and standing on it. Like, I stand 10 toes down on what I say and what I do. And I only have ever encountered the negative Nancy's when it wasn't for them. And the only reason why I'm bringing up negative Nancy's is so therefore you know like what's for you and what's not. But it's like once you stand on your beliefs and you focus on that, I'm telling you from experience, your energy is going to become super duper potent. Your mindset is going to become potent. Your emotions going to become potent. And the more and more it becomes potent, the more and more you'll be able to receive the people and places and things that are in alignment with your beliefs. So with that being said, thank you guys for liking this video as always. Thank you for engaging. Follow me on all my social media platforms. All the information is down in the description box below, as well as booking your service and your session on my website. It's in the description with my socials. And when you guys are clicking the links, head to Instagram and on TikTok. For the month of October, I have been going live answering you guys' questions and concerns about these topics if I didn't address them already. But it's like, do you believe in yourself? Or why don't you believe in yourself? And let me know some things that you believe in that are positive and that are productive, that allow you to take up space. Anything that you know is negative, you don't have to believe in it, and you don't have to believe in other people, okay? Thanks for watching. Love you guys. See you later.